Now, dance is the movement of a body in a rhythmic way, usually to music, for the purpose of expressing an idea or emotion, releasing energy, or simply enjoying the movement itself.
Over the years, there have been different dance trends, but dance as an art form has broken barriers of distance and culture, uniting people of different backgrounds.
Dance is a live and beaten part of the very instrument of communication by the body. It's the instrument the dancer uses to speak to the heart of the observer.
Today in Nigeria, you can have acting without elements of movement, and movement is dance. And then you can have your choral, you can have your singing without elements of movement, and movement is dance. Even when you do your concerts and all that, you would find out that in everything we do today, there is this element of movement, which is dance.
In the illustration of dance, the body becomes the palette. Dance is another language altogether and often not of this world. Dance, like music, can be mystical, archetypal, and fragile for the dancer, for the subject, and for the audience that watch the drama unfold.
Let's stay in Nigeria now. A lot of indigenous dances, like if you go to the north, they have all kinds of cultural dances, like the Koroso, like the Maliki, like the Shadi and all that. And then if you go to the west, there are a lot of dances too in the west, you know, like what some people will do when they don't understand the different types of dances. Imagine where somebody would say, oh, I'm doing bata dance, for example, and then they would merge the Shango bata, the Ijebu bata, and the Abikuta bata into one choreography, and they say they are doing bata dance. It's not done so, because bata dance has its origin, it has where it's from, you know. There is Shango bata, there is Abikuta bata, there is Oyo bata and all that. And then if you go to the east, so they have their types of dances too. Like when they say, in the celebration time, you know, they say the maidens are coming out. You will not say you will not say the boys come dance. You will say the maiden come to the dance, which is called Egu Umabo, which means the maiden dance, the girls dance, you know. Or where you have the ritual side of it that now brings in the Abriba dance. Or you want to have the celebratory side, which is the Atilogu, the Egwigba, the Nkpokiti, and all that. So there are a lot of dances, you know, we have in Nigeria, indigenous dances.
Movement and sway has the power to inspire, respect, and take breaths away. Whether set to music, drums, or silence, dance invokes a certain power that can only come from the core of the human body to form something that cannot be spoken, but only felt.
Ola Awako, a dance artist and member of the Dance Guild of Nigeria, is in the studio with us this morning. Thank you very much for coming. Now, dance as an art form, first of all, why do people engage in dance?
Well, thank you for having me. Let me start by saying the creative industry generally is divided into two. That's creative arts. We have visual arts and we have performing arts. You know, under visual arts, we have the likes of painting, craft, and all the likes. And under performing arts, we have dance, drama, and music.
Okay.
And dance is a form of performing arts. Dance is part of life. Dance is, you know, it's a systematic, you know, movement to rhythm, either loud or, you know, a silent rhythm.
Okay.
I say silent rhythm in the sense that when a layman walks, you walk systematically. You don't walk with moving your two legs at the same time. It is a movement. But when it comes to using it as a form of expression, that is when we look at it as a form of art.
Now, as a form of expression, we know that music also is a form of expression.
Yes.
A lot of artists and musicians have used it they've channeled that energy into something fruitful. Do we have the same thing for dance as well?
Yes, the value of dance is actually not been has not been well harnessed in this part of the world.
Okay.
because dance can be, can help the nation move to the next level.
In what way?
In what way? Thank you for that. If you look at dance, if dance has been well harnessed, we can use it to pass message with different forms.
Okay.
We can use it to pass a message about the society, about issues in the society. We can use it to pass even government policies.
Okay.
There are different form of arts, which dance is one of them. And if you see performances, there's practically, any music that you see without dance. That shows the impact of dance on the society. And if you look at it theoretically at the same time, in 1928, there was something that was designed that's called Labar notation.
All right.
Labar notation is a note that is used to describe movements. It shows how important it is. But in this part of the world, we've not been able to do that. Dance can also be a form of, therapy.
All right.
You want to burn toxin in your body, you do dance, you sweat
exercise.
out, form of exercise.
All right.
You use it, for what we call, to pass forth ethnic message. You want to talk about your ethnicity, you want traditional dance, contemporary dance. In fact, this part...
Right. For want of time, we'll talk about that in the next segment. But thank you very much, Olawaka, for talking more on this dance.
Dance is the movement of the body in a rhythmic way, usually for music, for the purpose of expressing an idea or emotion, releasing energy, or simply enjoying the movement itself.
Now, over the years, there have been different dance trends. But dance as an art form has broken barriers of distance and culture, uniting people of different backgrounds.
Dance is a live and beaten part of the very instrument of communication by the body. It's the instrument the dancer uses to speak to the heart of the observer.
Today in Nigeria, you can have acting without elements of movement, and movement is dance. And then you can have your choral, you can have your singing without elements of movement, and movement is dance. Even when you do your concerts and all that, you would find out that in everything we do today, there is this element of movement, which is dance.
In the illustration of dance, the body becomes the palette. Dance is another language altogether, and often not of this world. Dance, like music, can be mystical, archetypal, and fragile for the dancer, for the subject, and for the audience.
Well, joining me now to talk more on this is Olawaka, a dance artist and member of the Dance Guild of Nigeria. Thank you for joining us, Ola.
Thank you for having me.
I was expecting you to come with your dance kit and show us some steps. But
well, dance is part of me, and I can
whether
do it at
you
any
are
time,
dressed
whether
for
I'm
that
dressed
or not. Okay, now that is
dance.
looking like the TV kind of dance. Your hand movement.
Yes, movements like this is part of the TV dance. You see, we have come to see that almost everybody is now beginning to appreciate dance.
So that's where I'm going to start from.
Okay.
The level of acceptability, because over time you can't tell your parents that I want to be a dancer. Tell us your experience.
When I started, from my own perspective, I think I was given the opportunity to go into it. I got the encouragement that I needed from my parents.
Okay.
But it was not like that for other people.
Sure.
They had to leave the house. They had to. I have people, friends who are into this profession who had to leave their home for 5 years to go to the National Theatre, to be part of some groups, pockets of groups in the National Theatre to learn. Then after, they were now established, they were now being accepted back at home. It's been like that. But now we have individuals, we have groups. Under the Dance Guild of Nigeria, for instance, we have numerous groups. We have individuals who do solo performances because it's been accepted in the society.
Now, so that brings me to the question of the evolution of dance, especially with the different dance trends we see now. Today is Zanku, tomorrow is something else. Some other time, I don't know, I can't imagine what name is coming anymore, but how has dance evolved over the years for you?
Yes, dance has its different forms. We have classical dance, we have traditional dance, we have contemporary dance, but all these forms of dance, they are to pass a message. You know, the Zanku dance, the classical dance, the ballroom dance, the salsa, the bata, the atilogu, the, you know, Hausa dance and all this. They are for a particular purpose. And that is why when you see for every form of arts, there's an embellishment of dance. If you see the ordinary man on the streets moving to, you know, the Zanku dance, moving to all these forms of dances that we have had over the years, it's because they believe that dance has a lot to contribute to their development as individuals and also to national development. But the only problem we have is the nation now accepting it. Individuals have accepted it. And even we have some groups, for instance, when the president came to Lagos, the theater at Igomu, there was a dance performance at that particular place. It shows that even the government, they are beginning to appreciate it.
So why do you think that the government is not appreciating it as much as possible?
Because
Since it's looking at diversification. Is it that the dancers themselves or the art industry is not packaging it in such a way that the government can say, you know what, we can look at this?
I think that is what the Dance Guild of Nigeria is doing. But we still need to create a policy for the protection of dancers. You know, the welfare of dancers is, you know, paramount. A dancer can, you know, perform at a particular place and is paid a token, which does not even, you know, equate what is, you know, dissipating, what is given out. You know, dance is about energy. If it's not what you just do on the street for the layman, if you're performing it, it's about energy. It's you put in a lot of ideas to package it. So it's about energy.
But
so
for people to appreciate it, has that awareness of, you know what, this is art that should be appreciated. Has that awareness been really created in the minds of Nigerians?
Yes, yes, it has been created. If it has not been created, you will not see a governor of a state inviting dance groups to come and perform when the president is coming for a visit. Ordinarily, they would have invited the likes of Davido or any of these musical artists. But it is beyond that. They are inviting, you know, cultural dance groups to come and do a performance, which gives, which enlivens the environment, which enlivens the atmosphere. So it's been accepted. But beyond inviting them to come and do these performances, are there policies to protect the interest of dancers? Are there regulations to say, okay, if you are a dance artist, the government is appreciating you beyond just come do the performance?
In the next 5 years, where do you see dance?
Well, I see dance taking over.
When you say taking over, how do you mean? Quickly,
I mean, now if you see music, you see dance as an accomplishment. But I see dance as a form that now takes music as an accomplishment.
Oh, really?
You understand? So I see dance taking over, you know, to tell stories, to talk about government policies and all the likes.
Olawaka, thank you for your time on TVC Breakfast. Theophilus refused to show us some steps, but then...
I did that before when we were off air. Maybe you didn't see that, so I don't know. But I did that.
Stop giving me excuses,
But
Theophilus.
we need to see yours.
Ola sat down and, you know, he moved. And we could see the flow. And I told you, oh, please.
Okay, let's have yours. I have never seen Veronica dance, but I'm sure she's a great dancer. You know?
Anyway, let's let you know that the views and reaction of our resource persons on the topics discussed today are their views and have no connection with TVC News.
Well, thank you very much for watching. You can keep with us on social media using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.
Well, let's do this again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.